Hey, 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 beautiful people. Welcome to Kiande's Music Review. Yes, I'm your host, Kiande, and as always, I'm excited to share this time with you. Today, I am back with 10 more of my all-time favorite albums. So if you enjoyed this video, if you're here for this today, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification button. All right, so let's jump right into it. I have everything that I need. I have my wonderful sweet tea, yes indeed. I have some wonderful music playing, and most of all, I have you, beautiful people, to share this time with. All right, let's hit it. All right, so before I go any further, I want to take a moment just to acknowledge some celebrity deaths. We've lost some incredibly talented people that I want to acknowledge and just give a heartfelt shout out to. And that is actress Nichelle Nichols, actress Mary Alice, and actor Roger Earl Mosley. Thank you so very much. And on the musical side, we lost singer, songwriter, musician, Mr. Bernard Wright. We lost musician, singer, songwriter, Mr. Michael Henderson. We lost vocalist William Hart from the Delphonics. We lost vocalist Olivia Newton-John. And most recently, we lost legendary singer, songwriter, producer, Mr. Lamont Dozier. I want to say thank you all for the gifts that you gave. Rest in peace, and you will forever be in our hearts. All right. So let's jump into this video. 10 more of my all-time favorite albums. You guys know I'm an album person, and there have been so many albums that have stuck with me all of my life or for a very long time. And I just want to offer 10 more of them to you. So I'm just going to do it. All right. So the first up, we have from vocalist Lalah Hathaway and her album, A Moment. Let me show it to you. Yes, you guys remember this? Yes, indeed, A Moment. This was released in 1994 on Virgin Records. It is her second solo album, and it's a brilliant album, but it's often overlooked for whatever reason. People don't talk about it. She doesn't visit it much in concert, but it's an incredible, incredible release. It had the single "Let Me Love You," which was a moderate hit for her, and one of my favorite songs from her. But there are some other songs on the album that were just mind-blowing for me, such as These Are the Things That You Do to Me, Better as a Memory, Lean on Me, which I have heard her do live, and a beautiful song called Do You Suppose. This album was really, really great. It came off the heels of her debut album, which was awesome. But this album I thought would, do more for her, but it's still an incredible release. But thank you so much for this one, Lalah. A Moment. Yes, check that out. All right, next up, we have sexy trio, Vanity 6 and their self-titled album. You guys know this, of course. Yes, you know Vanity 6. This was released in 1982 on Warner Brothers Records, and it was Prince's supergroup with Vanity, Brenda, and Susan. This was their only album that featured Vanity, and it had the iconic song, Nasty Girl. Of course, we all know that, and we all love that. It also had songs like Wet Dream, Bite the Beat, and the forever classic, If a Girl Answers, Don't Hang Up. Yes, indeed. I still love this album. I remember as a young kid listening to this and just loving it. And I still love this to this day. And you guys know how I feel about Vanity. But Vanity 6, the Soul Vanity 6 album. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So next up, we have one of my most favorite musicians, jazz musicians, and that is Herbie Hancock with his album Secrets. I'll show this to you. Yes. Secrets, absolutely. This was released in 1976 on Columbia Records. It was during his contemporary period. Herbie had so many different phases in his career, from jazz to funk to electronic stuff and R&B, just a mix of all of that. And this album, Secrets, is a mix of all of that, from funk to fusion to jazz to R&B. And he does things so well, and he has such an identifiable sound, which is why I love this album. It has the songs Doing It, Spider, and Gentle Thoughts, and it also has a reworking of his classic tune Cantaloupe Island. And I really, really love this project. It's one of my go-tos for Herbie. But not only do I love the album, but I love the album cover. I've always loved this album cover. I've always been drawn to it. I love the earthiness of it. Yes, Herbie Hancock Secrets. If you don't have them in your collection, go ahead and cop that release. All right, so next up, we have vocalist Basia and her album London, Warsaw, New York. Yes. See this? Yes. All right. This was released in 1989 on Epic Records. It's her second album. She's a pop jazz vocalist and she has such a unique sound. And I love Basia. Absolutely love Basia. This album had those singles, Cruising for Bruising, the songs Brave New Hope, Baby You're Mine, and a remake of the Aretha and Stevie song, Until You Come Back to Me. Which is interesting because during that period, that was a hot song to remake because there was Basia's version, there was Mickey Howard's version, there was Malira's version. A few years later, Bobby Caldwell had a version of it. And they were all unique to the individual that recorded it. But I love Basia's and I love this album. So London, Warsaw, New York, one more time. Yes, indeed. All right. So next up is a singer that you may or may not know, and that is Durell Coleman and his self-titled album. Let me show it to you. Yes. Jerrell Coleman. This was released in 1985 on Island Records. It was his only released album. Most people know him from being one of the grand prize winners, early grand prize winners on Star Search. Week after week he delivered just incredible performances. That voice is just flawless, and he won the big prize, won the big money. And he released this album in 1985 and had the singles Somebody Took My Love, which was a moderate hit for him. But there were some other songs on there that I absolutely adore, such as Run to Me, Do You Love Me, which is my favorite, and a remake of Percy Sledge's When a Man Loves a Woman. It was a really good project, and I looked forward to hearing more from him. I know he opened for Anita Baker on her Rapture tour, and so he was set to do some things, but I don't know what happened with his recording career. I know he later joined the gospel group, the Ricky Grundy Chorale, but after that was the end of his recording career, unless I missed something. But we still have this album, and I love this album. I remember the day I bought this album, actually. I was about 15 years old, and I went to the store, had my little money in my pocket to buy some albums. I was ready to do some damage. I bought this album, I bought Anita Baker's Rapture, and I bought Jeffrey Osborne's Emotional album. These were my three, and I wore those three albums out. But this album is still very special to me. Whenever I see it in the store, I still like, oh, I gotta buy it, but I have so many copies of it. But let me show you one more time. Jerrell Coleman. Yes, indeed. Love that. All right. Moving on, we have gospel vocalist extraordinaire Yolanda Adams with her album Through the Storm. Here it is. Yes. Through the Storm. This was released in 1991 on Tribute Records. It's her second solo album. A lot of people think it was her first, but it's it's her second album. It had the incredible songs, the title track, Through the Storm. It had Even Me, which she slayed, she killed on the Stellar Awards, which made me really fall in love with her. It had the song I'm Free, and a song that remains to be my all-time favorite Yolanda Adams songs, which is The Only Way. This album still does it for me. Whenever I need to hear Yolanda Adams, this is definitely my go-to. This album, I remember, just that part of my life, how much it meant to me and how much it just kind of, saw me through a lot of things. So, Through the Storm, Yolanda Adams. Here we go. All right. So next up is vocal powerhouse herself, Vesta, with the album Relationships. Here we go. Yes. Relationships by Vesta. It was released in 1998 on IE Music. It was her fifth album, and it was her most cohesive album, in my opinion. She had such an incredible voice. She could do so much and sing so many different genres of music. But I thought her recordings were kind of up and down or hit and miss. But I thought this particular album really brought together all the things that I loved about her. It was jazzy R&B with pop and funk accessibility, and she sounded so much at home, so comfortable in this music. Her delivery was right. It was just spot on. It was perfect. It wasn't over the top. The music was incredible, and she sounded so good. I was hoping she would continue in this vein because she delivered just a standard classic recording. Had the singles Somebody for Me, also the incredible songs I'll Be Alright, Just Fine, Like Today, oh I love that, and a remake of Stevie Wonder's You and I. And she delivered this. Again, this is a wonderful, wonderful project and my go-to when I want to hear Vesta. So let me show it to you one more time. Vesta, Relationships. All right, all right. All right, next up we have Loose Ends, the group Loose Ends with their album Zagora. Let me show it to you. Yes, another very special album for me. It was released in 1986 on Virgin Records. It was their second album, the second album from the British soul group. Yes, they had the singles Stay a Little Wild Child and Slow Down, which got so much rotation here in Las Vegas when I was in high school. And I would, take the late bus home from school because I was in different activities. And it seemed like whenever I was going home, they were playing this album on the radio or a song from this album on the radio. So I got really connected to it. And this album is truly, truly incredible. It had the other songs such as Be Thankful and one of my favorites, which is Nights of Pleasure. It is British soul at its best with a touch of jazz. So, Loose Ends, Zagora. Wonderful. All right, next up, we have the teddy bear himself, Mr. Teddy Pendergrass, and the album Life is a Song Worth Singing. Let me show you. Oops, did that one already. Here we go. Teddy. Yes, we know this album right here. This was released in 1978 on Philadelphia International Records. It is his second solo album, and for me, it is the Teddy Pendergrass recording. I love this project. I love this album. As a kid, I remember just playing it over and over. First, I had the 45 for, Get Up, Get Down, Get Funky, Get Loose, which was my jam as a little kid. But the songs on here, were just wonderful. When Somebody Loves You Back, Cold, Cold World, Close the Door, It Don't Hurt Now. Oh my God, this song takes me to another place. And he put his heart into this recording, which he usually did, but this one I connected with in so many different ways, and this is the one for me. So Teddy Pendergrass, rest in peace, and thank you for this recording. All right, so we are up to our very last album, and that was pretty quick. And it is from Queen, Chaka Khan, and her album CK. Let me show this to you. Yes, indeed, I love this. CK, this was released in 1988 on Warner Brothers Records. It's brilliant, it's misunderstood, and it's sometimes overlooked, but it's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. It is one that I rush to when I want to hear Chaka. I describe it as being raw, sparse, intricate, sophisticated, funky, jazzy, and eclectic. And it's all those things. I could feel her spirit in these recordings. And such a great project. It had the high charting singles, It's My Party and Baby Me. But throughout the project, there was just a cohesive mix of different sounds and different tunes, such as Soul Talkin', written by Brenda Russell, Sticky Wicket, Make It Last, and the two jazz songs, The End of the Love Affair and I'll Be Around. But she just really brought it on this, and I have loved this album for a long time. It had guest appearances from Prince, from Miles Davis, from Chris Jasper, from George Benson, Bobby McFerrin, Stevie Wonder, Cecil Womack, and Brenda Russell. So it was a star-studded affair for this recording. Again, it was overlooked and people don't talk about it, but I'm here to talk about it, and I love this album. So CK, one more time for you. Yes. Love you, Chaka. Love this album. Thank you so much. All right, so that was quick. 10 albums, 10 more of my all-time favorite albums. If you guys know any of these, talk about them in the comments. Let me know what's up. And I look forward to sharing 10 more of my favorite albums with you in the near future. But that's all I have for you today. That's all I have. So I'm going to continue to listen to some music, enjoy my sweet tea, and have myself a good old time. So I want you guys to remember that when you come to this channel, it's all about music. It's all about love. So until we see each other again, you guys be safe and be easy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Peace.